You finally get a glimpse of the elemental array. A mechanical construct is encased in solid ice. Next to it, a wraith-like creature feeds off its energy. When it becomes aware of your presence and your intentions of clearing the area of its influence, it begins draining the ancient device with even more fervor. If you do not deal with it quickly, it will destroy the thing you came for. Oh, man. That's not cool. So we're going to have to, there's special rules here. Open the other door too. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The elemental anchor has 2 times C times L plus 1. C is 3 and L is 2. So that's 2 plus 1 is 3. Times 3 is 9. Times 2 is 18 hit points. It is an ally to you and enemy to all monsters. Any character may lose 1 card from their hand or 2 from the discard pile to negate 1 source of damage to the elemental anchor. If the elemental anchor is destroyed, the scenario is lost. The ice wraith is the Rime Heart. It has H times C divided by 2 hit points rounded down and is immune to disarm and stun. And here is the setup for room number 3. We've got an orb to protect. There's the elemental anchor, I guess is what it's called. And this is the final result of the setup. So we've got a couple, 2 normal living bones, 2 elite snow imps, a normal frozen corpse, and an elite ice wraith. But this guy's name is Rimeheart. And Rimeheart has a special thing here that I need to look up. How many health points? Okay, so I figured it out. It's in the rule book, but I couldn't find it. Yeah. See, this is not the place it should be. It should be under named monsters or bosses or something like that, but it is right there. Common scenario rules. This is not common at all. H, maximum hit point value of an elite monster of the relevant type, H. So, when we're dealing with the Ice Wraith hit points, it is 10, is the elite version's hit point value. I also have to put a red on it. That's also, okay, maybe I'm a bit picky, but why make it yellow? You know, why make it yellow? So it should be red. Just make it red, guys. Because it's not considered an elite, it's not considered a normal, and which is going to be important for this thing, which has H times C. C is 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. So H is 10. 1.5 is 15. Plus 3 is 18. Did I get that right? 18. I did it right. Order of operations, guys. Algebra is very important. Okay, that is because I saw its attack, and I thought, well, that's interesting. But it's not necessary anymore because it's not a normal and it's not an elite. Well, here's the order of the events going on in this room. Freezing Embrace at 23. So we're having Hugin go first, and then the Frozen Corpse. Yep. And then Hasty Assault for the Living Bones at 25. 42, Restoration for the Imps. and then renewed aggression at 44 for that guy back there. Right, what I wanted to show you is this. A normal has a ranged attack of 4, but the elite does not. Well, it's not normal and it's not an elite anyway, so it's just going to perform an attack 0 at melee range, also bringing in ice. Okay, so that's a lot going on here. This door also opened up on its own when we busted through. Maybe a gust of wind came through and opened this door right up. We'll say that's what happened. But that's a lot going on. And where did she go? She's over here. She went 1, 2. Now we have to figure out what we're going to do, because if we stay back, all of this is going to converge onto that singularity there in the center of that room. We do not want that. However, we can sit back here and make sure that it doesn't take any hits as well. What can we do to mitigate some damage though? Because we have the frozen corpse going first. That's back here. That's just going to be walking up to it, and it can't place any of these conditions onto that thing. It's just an object, so it cannot be brittle, which is pretty helpful. So that's useless. We don't have to worry about that. Hasty assault from the living bones, right? Yes. Living bones with hasty assault. That's a -1 attack, and they're both normals, so I don't have to really worry about those either, because that's an attack of 2 -1. Well, okay, it would be nice if they didn't run up and make that attack, but she has 3 health. I don't really want those attacks on her. We do have this unbreakable wall is still active, so maybe we take one of those hits. Maybe we take one of those hits. We could do something like that. And then it's the what? Then it's this guy, Reinhardt. Right? Reinhardt. And so, oh, by the way, there's the treasure. So he's going to take a step up, or it, not really a gender in this thing. It is going to take a step up and make an attack of 0, and it only hits for 3. So it's not a huge problem. I have 2 more, 2 more move points. Where do I want to be for those? Maybe what we can do is, I could get like all the way into this room. 1, 2, right? Is that a great idea? No, not really. This thing will have an initiative of 99 when it comes to targeting. So it doesn't say it, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be the case if it's a special, like if it's a, like a thing, an object. So we need to protect it without dying, though. So I think all I'm going to do, because this thing is going to move as well, maybe move over to here. Is that true? The restoration is a move +1. So that has a movement of 3. Yeah, so it's going to go 1, 2. If I'm here is kind of what I'm trying to get at. 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2, 3. So it actually is going to be going that way anyway. I think I have to stay back. I don't want to get too far into this room. What I could do is maybe get over to here, because I can still 1, 2, all the way into there. And then this one would just move up and attack here. I'd get a hit from that. But that means I'm really far away. No, all we're going to do is this. Bam. That's it. I don't want to get too deep into this room. So we'll get into that thing's face. That is her turn. Okay. Now it is Mugen's turn. Hugin, that is. And we have a movement of 3, and that's it. So it doesn't really matter how I do it. A move 3, but I have a jump here, which if I land on ice, I don't continue moving. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 1, 2, 3. It doesn't really matter. I can go left or right, and I'm still gonna end right before I get on the ice. But I think I need to go 1, 2, 3. Let's send Hugin this way to the door on his right. And that's the end of their turn. I will consume light. We're going to have to take a rest anyway, but let's keep light going. Let's keep light going because they can't use, well, I guess these imps can find a way to use it. Oh man, so maybe I just say screw it. I don't consume it and just let it dissipate. That might be better so that they can't use it. But then they are bringing in frost anyway, so let's do it. We'll bring it in. Yeah. Okay. Then now it is the frozen corpse's turn. Down here, we've got, it's going to move just 1, 2. That's it. Yep. It's going to try to do its freezing embrace, but it's pretty stupid and it can't do that anyway. So that's gone. And hasty assault. Well, number 1 is over here. So it won't attack here. It just has an attack of, or a movement of 1 to go this way. So it makes an attack against that. That's a +1. So that's an attack of 2. Make it 1, make it 2. 2 damage onto that. I need to find a way to make it to keep damage on that real quick. So I'll be pulling this this 4th one out. It has, let's see if I remember, level is 2 + 1 is 3 times C is 9 times 2 is 18. So I'll have the blue be its full hit points. That's its maximum hit points and damage taken. So when those meet, bad news. Okay. Hasty assault will continue the attack right there. Is a -1. Nothing happens there because it's an attack of 2. -1, -1, and we even have a breakable wall, so it does not matter. Okay, hasty assault is over. Now it's the Bone Shaper Vorder's turn, and she is going to, since we had the that living bones die already, yep, we'll be able to heal 2 with that, which is pretty cool. Let's bring Damned Horde, the shambling skeleton, in. That's number 3. Again, these, I feel like we're gonna win. If we win, it's because of them. Now, I think I can place it into a doorway. Once a door is open, it is considered a corridor for most purposes, but it still separates rooms, blah, blah, blah. It is considered a corridor. We jump down to corridor, and corridor says that corridors are considered empty hexes and are not considered to be overlay tiles for the purposes of determining what other tiles and tokens can be placed in the same hex. Okay, so that means we can, because it is empty, it's considered an empty hex, we can summon it right there in an open doorway because it's a corridor. I think one thing that's missing in this game is that, whoops, I gotta move these first, but that we should, I wish I could close that door. Okay, we heal 2. So we don't take any damage for that at all. And we gain an experience for it. But first, of course, this guy is going to heal 1 because it's within range 3 of the Banner of Hope. That's great. And then move 1, 2. That's all it can move. There's no more space for it over here. Number 2 is already full health. And then 1, 2, it continues, and now it's behind. Ooh, it's in a good place for that, isn't it? Yes, it is. That's it for Vorder. All right, Snow Imp time. Snow Imps, it is 1, 2, 3 hexes away from Helene and 2 away from here. So it is going to move close to here and then say heal, nothing to heal. Oh, that's correct. There's nothing to heal. That's right. Number 1 is 1, 2, 3 hexes from here and 1, 2, 3 hexes from over here. I don't know if you can see all that. So it's going to move this way. 1, 2, 3. Yep. To get into the face of this shambling skeleton and then heal, but there's nothing to heal. Restoration done. So that's pretty nice of it. That means we'll be able to make the attacks against this immediately. Then it gets to renewed aggression. It's going to heal 1, does not need to. Move +0, 1. And then make an attack. We just ignore normal in all cases. I wonder if that's going to say elite sometimes too then. It's cool. It's cool. So the normal looks like it makes ranged attacks, and then the elite doesn't. But one of them has shield and the other doesn't. Okay. It is an attack of 0, or +0, I should say. +0 again. That's an attack of 3 total. So we're up to 5 health now out of 18, or 5 damage, that is. Now's a good time to be pulling those curses, please. Brings in Frost, and finally done that extremely long-winded turn. Whew. So now we're going into round whatever. It might be 13, it might be something later than that. And we've opened up this final door. We need to protect that surrounded orb in there. All 3 of these are just going to be flat out attacking that from now on. Maybe somebody back here can just negate some of that damage if it's really bad by dropping a card or something. We'll have to keep an eye on it, but I'd rather not do that. I'd rather be in here fighting. So we also need to get that. Okay. Well, let's do a whole bunch of shuffling. I guess not that much. And come back for the next round. Well, we've got a very complicated round coming up here. And I'm excited to seeing it unfold, though I don't think much is going to happen. Just a lot of movement, a ton of movement. So we're going first at 18 with Vorder. We're starting with that movement immediately. Move 2, grant summons move 2. And then grant one of your summons with Command the Wretched. Grant one of your summons, move, attack. Well, we don't have darkness out. but at least get another attack out. That's going to bring 3 attacks. Well, let's see here. This one won't attack immediately. This one will attack, and 3 will attack. And then I think I'll be able to get 1 in the fold to make another attack afterwards, I think. So we should be getting all 3 of them to attack. And then they're in it, and it's just a matter of survival at that point. And 18 to make sure that we can get in faces and make sure that they attack us instead of that orb. Then at 25 is Helene. We have regroup, grant 2 allies within 3 to move 3. Well, all of them will be moved in. So it's just these 2, Hugin and my Banner of Hope back there. So we're going to grant them move 3. We've got ice to contend with, so we can't necessarily do this because we'll slide into that. That's no good. So we're going to have to kind of move around a little bit. I really wanted to put regroup either on her, on Helene, or on the orb, but I feel like if we get in their faces, it will be receiving less attacks, and maybe Helene will be getting less attacks too, and she will be healing because of the Banner of Hope anyway. And pincer movement is just a thing for me to make a default attack too. Maybe try and find that that curse. I think she has a couple curses still, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. The problem here, I keep getting her in situations where it's like crooked or not in a straight line. So in this case where she is right now, if we had tip of the spear, then that works. But none of her allies are on the other side for that pincer movement to work. And I think we might have. I never brought the other one in, the one where you can attack in this kind of formation if it was there. We could make this attack with one of them, and it would be, I think it's a disarm, but I didn't bring it with me this time because, I saw that it wasn't going to be something that I wanted to use, and now I'm regretting not bringing it, so maybe next time I'll be bringing it. And then at 34 is Hugin, and Hugin will be up here somewhere where we will use Hornet Stingers for the move 2 and then drag down for this. But I think if I put him here, then we should be able to use it in a mirrored fashion this way against these 3 enemies and maybe get a hit in onto Reinhardt early. Reinhardt. Then we have to switch after that due to drag down. I might change it up depending on where I decide to put everything and go with the Hornet Stingers. The problem is that I can't really get in a good position to hit more than 2. I found that I could maybe make it all the way back here, but then we're switching into Munin regardless, because Hornet Stingers is this, and she would be pretty difficult back here by herself. So, yeah. And I do want to remember I'm saying this out loud now, we have light and ice available. I want to make fire. Okay, I'm saying it now in case I forget, and then it doesn't sound like I'm changing my mind or something like that. I want to make fire. That is my goal, anyway. Okay, that's it. Let's see what they're doing. Frozen Corpse is going at 68. That's that thawed strike again. Man, see, we're bringing in fire, and then it's going to do it. I guess if it doesn't move, then it's not going to consume. If the element is consumed by the frozen corpse during the move ability, it does suffer. Okay. So it doesn't say if it moves, then it suffers. It says if fire is available. If the element is consumed by the frozen corpse during the move ability. See, it's not moving. So to me, it shouldn't move. It shouldn't consume it, but I think it would consume it. So anyway, it's screwing me over once again. However, it's going to be suffering a couple damage, so I guess that's okay. 68. That's going somewhere down here. Living Bones. We've got Calculated Strike at 64 with a +1 hit over here and there. So maybe trying to kill that so it doesn't kill my two, my returned servant and life and death shambling skeletons. It would be nice to keep them alive. 64. The Imp is Rotten Sting. Son of a, like it's going to consume everything every single time. That's at 43. That's still after all of us. Yep. And it's going to poison a couple of us. Man, like, can't catch a break. Thanks, Frosthaven. Hasty Assault. Again, just ignore that. It's going to make an attack of -1. Okay. At 41, still slower than us, but faster than all of them. All right. And it's bringing in Frost. Oh, okay. There's nothing I can do. I'm trying so hard. I really want to use this with Moonin in the next round because I want to be able to, one, get experience, but I could heal the orb and get some experience. Okay. Well, anyway, let's get this going. Number 1, with Vorder first, of course. So number 1 will go. It moves 1 and then 2, and it can't slide any further. Then this goes 1, 2, and slides all the way in, and then makes an attack against this guy, I believe, because it's closest in move points to here, but it had to go around, so it's going to make an attack there. That's a +1. Man, they love their +1s. So that's 2 damage immediately. Onto that normal number 2, Living Bones. Yep. Okay. Okay. Then number 3 is right here, doesn't have to move, it makes an attack. And another +1. Hey, I will take it. So in this case, that's 3 damage because the Elite Imp number 1 does not have any, what's it called? Any shield. Whereas that normal Living Bones does have a shield. So that was all of them. Okay. Then we go with Flow of the Black River. We move 2, and then we summon or move one of our summons twice. So do I move in? Yes. Yes, we do. And I say this because of where this is going to end up. I'd like to be near it. It's going to kind of cluster this up a little bit more, but I think it's actually for the better. Let's see. We're going to leave this behind. We are going to move number 1 in. So 1, 2. Yeah. Okay. I might have calculated that wrong, but I don't think so. No. Okay. Now we command the wretched. We're going to command this one to move in. It can't slide any further, and then it's going to make an attack there. For a -1. Okay, well, that's 0 damage onto them. Yeah, they're all healed up. I forgot they started close to the Banner of Hope, but they're both healed up. She, however, Helene can heal up. She's now up to 4 health. And let's get this moving now. So we'll use this Yeah. We'll go 1, 2, 3 with Hugin, and then 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that is quite a cluster, but everything is kind of protected as long as this kind of dies faster, and then this has a couple of enemies between it and the thing, the banner. But it will be attacking first, so we'll see. All right. And then pincer movement, we'll just use, I said before, we'll use it as an attack of 2 default. I would have really liked to carry on, maybe put something in there because they have 3 health and it would only be 2 damage. But nothing was going to make it there and then not be here. So like I could have squeezed 2 back into there and then made this attack. Maybe that would have been worth it. But it would have been probably. Let's see, an attack of 2. That's only 1 damage coming in. So it's up to 3 total damage out of, what is that, number 2? Out of 5. Just 2 more damage. Okay. Now on to Hugin at 34. Let's do, something I could do here is use this bottom ability to jump back here. 1, 2, 3. And that would, that's what's wrong here. Forgot the other light. That's better. So 1, 2, 3, and then make sure that they don't attack, which would be pretty good. Another experience out of it. And then go with hornet stingers. But the problem is that there's really no way of attacking them without poisoning my little allies there. And from here, I couldn't. Yeah, I guess I could do like right here, and that would attack both of them and poison them. But it wouldn't kill this, and it could kill that, I guess, and then poison them, but it would also poison this. And then they're not attacking. Yeah, you know what? We're going to do it that way instead. Okay. So this is the backup plan to disarm them in case I can't kill them. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, hazardous terrain back there. So we're going to take a couple damage for it. But they're both disarmed now. So we won't be seeing our shambling skeletons die yet, which is good. It just means that we're going to see some more attacks from them, which is very good, actually. I should say that. Very good. It does burn a card, but I think that's very worth it and give us an experience. We're up to 7 experience, guys. Now we'll do this. Yes, it's going to poison. We can't poison the object. Can't see that, but we can't poison that, but because it's an object. But we will be poisoning this. We'll be attacking both of them with a poison afterwards. So we'll go with the imp first, a -1. So no damage, but it's poisoned. It's poisoned, and it's what number is that? Number 3. Imp number 3. It's poisoned and disarmed. And then, sorry, we're going to be attacking the other one as well. Oh, okay. I'm a little afraid of that. That's only 2 damage. However, with the pierce, it's enough to kill it. So that's good. So the disarm wasn't necessarily needed for that one, but it is. This one is disarmed, and that's good. So we're not going to be seeing any poison. I guess it's already going to be poisoned anyway, but that's number 2 poisoned. Okay. Ah, that's right. Because of our banner of hope, that will be removed anyway. Cool. That does. I mean, in one way, I'm happy to see this, and it killed an enemy, which is fantastic. The problem, of course, is that now we're brittle in a very bad place. Again, however, because we're close to that, then is it range 3? It is range 3. Okay. Yeah. He did heal 1 before and then took 2 damage because it was at 7. I was just realizing that he had 5 health and should have had 6. So yeah, he did heal 1 from the Banner of Hope, jumped back here, took 2 more damage. So he's at 6 health and now brittle. But that's not bad. I like that. That's a good entry into this room. We're now all in the room, except for this guy. He's in the doorway. But we're all in the room. Everyone's kind of in range where we want to be, sort of, I guess. Yeah, we'll find a way to get Moonin making an attack from back there. Hugin out, Moonin in. And before I forget, now do I change it to fire? Because they're going to be taking it anyway. We can consume light to bring in fire so that we know that they're going to take 2 damage, just this big one guy though. Or do I bring in light? I'm not going to be able to use light. That's at range 4 or 5 only. That's the only one that it can do. I mean, we could do that as well, but that's not a bad idea either. But I think I've got other ideas. We can work on it. So let's do that anyway. Let's bring in fire, and I'm going to consume light. It doesn't really matter because they'll be bringing in frost anyway. So we'll have fire and frost, and we can figure out how to. Maybe we consume frost next turn if I can go early enough. Okay. Okay, I think that's all of us. Now here come the baddies. Uh, not excited to seeing what's about to unfold here. Let's do it though. Hasty assault. It's not going to move. It's right where it wants to be, but it is a -1 attack with another -1. Okay, that's an attack of 3. -1 is just 1 damage. We can let that go through. So now it's up to 6 out of 18 damage, a third of the way. Third, yes. And then it brings up Frost again. Okay. Next is the Imp. Well, this guy here, he's going to consume, I'm going to say, Frost. That leaves fire alone for later. Although it could do it the other way, and then we don't have to worry about, we'll do it this way. So that way, maybe Reinhardt wanted to use Frost next turn, but no, can't. So that's an attack of -1 from this against both Vorder and its shambling skeleton. So it's going to back up first. Yep. And then make an attack -1, consuming Frost. First would be the number 3 Draugr with 0. So it's an attack of -1, and it's going to get poisoned. Let me get that ready. Number 3. It has an attack of 2. Oh, we're all in range of this. That's huge. That's awesome. It has an attack of 2, -1 for that, so it just takes 1 damage. I could use the Warden's robes. Do I think for 1 damage, is that really worth it? No. We'll let it happen. Maybe it comes in handy later if it can't heal all that off. Right. And now an attack against Vorder. Miss. Fantastic. I mean, it could be. It's still a poison, so it could have been a better time to pull that. But Rotten Sting for the imps. Calculated Strike. Well, oh, and of course this one is disarmed. It's not going to do anything. It would have moved to a closer space to a focus, but it's right where it wants to be, so it's not disarmed anymore. Now Calculated Strikes for the Living Bones. And that one's dead, so we only have this one. And where it is where it wants to be. Oh, nope, it will go to here. Right. So from there, its focus is the orb, and it can now make an attack against number 1 because of initiative. So 1 actually is the only one that isn't poisoned or damaged. It will make an attack against the servant first, this shambling skeleton, a -1. So that's a +1, -1. It has an attack value of 2. So 2. And now I will use the Warden's robes. Will I? Yeah, let's do it. Warden's robes in that case. So it takes 0 damage in that case. Now it's going to hit the orb for +0. That's 3 more damage. It's now at 9 out of 18. We're going to need to heal it. We're definitely going to need to heal it. Yeah. Okay. Then it goes to this guy. He moves +2. He's going to consume that. And then if the element is consumed by the frozen corpse during the move ability. Okay, a figure must enter at least 1 hex to be considered to have performed a move ability. That is a Frosthaven rule addition because it's in blue. So we're going to go with it does not consume fire because it's not moving. Its focus is right there, so that's all it's going to do. It now makes an attack of +1, -1, good. Because that's an attack of 2, 3, 2 damage for that, and which it's going to take. We're gonna have to start making sure that it can't do these things, that they can't make these attacks is what I'm trying to get at. Oh, I'm an idiot. During Hugin's turn, it could have used Amulet of Life to get rid of that and then heal 1. So I will do that. I just forgot to do that. Knowing that the Amulet of Life is there and very helpful for pulling this card. I knew about it and I forgot about it. Okay, I think that's it. I will now, yeah, that's it. And we have fire available. So that's good. We'll start healing it right now then, going into round, I don't know, the next round. We're going to be starting off with Moonin back there at 18. We actually do have a way of attacking and healing, so we're going to do that at 18. And I hope 18 is fast enough so that we can get some health back onto that orb. It will take regenerate, but it's going to lose it as soon as someone attacks it. It's not going to be able to regenerate because it's going to go after everyone. Unless everything doesn't attack, it then it will regenerate. Oh, actually, no, it won't, because it's a condition and it's an object. I think we'll still get it. We'll still get the experience, but it just doesn't take regenerate. Okay, then we'll be switching back to Hugin after that. Then it's 43 for Vorder. We're going to use Dark Tidings. Grant 3 of your summons attack +0 with Curse. No, we don't have this. We don't have Darkness available. But come on, having all of them making attacks is going to be huge. And then we'll just use this as another card. That's all I can say about that. Okay. And then a long rest for Helene. I kind of went back and forth. Do I want to take a long rest? Do I want to take a short rest? And I think I'm going to take a long rest for her so that I can really jump back into the action in the next round with like the heater shield available. I'll be healing up 2 for the rest, and then another for this. So 3 will give her 7, and then she can just jump in and really start hammering in on everyone. Plus, there's really not a whole lot of space here, so I'm hoping maybe we can open up some hexes, and then we can jump back there maybe to start getting into Reinhardt's face. So it is a bit scary at the moment. It has 11 health out of 18, and we haven't even touched the Reinhardt yet. So we need to get back in there, and honestly, it's a bit I think maybe a bit nutty to go for a long rest right now, but I have to. I feel like it's not necessary. I feel like it's going to be helpful. So in the next round, instead of jumping in a weakened state, plus the clutter mess here. So Frozen Corpse is going to Frost Breath at 39. Where are we here? 39 is before Vorder. Then the Living Bones is Eternal Life. It's going to heal. It's right there with 3 damage on it at 12. There's nothing I can do about that. Yeah, so that's too bad. Living Bones, way up there. Then the Imps, nothing special at 37. That is right before the Frozen Corpse. And then Reinhardt, Unholy Strength. Wow. Consume Frost at 59. It will be able to do that. Oh, lovely. Yeah, it's going to be going right after Frost Breath. It will consume it, strengthen, bless, and then attack at range 3. So it will attack at disadvantage, which is something. Maybe we can get rid of that bless. Oh, I guess it will be strengthened, so it will make a normal attack against it. My only kind of saving thing here, my Hail Mary, is that Helene has 1 card in her hand that we can just toss if need be for a big hit there. The hard part is that it's the reinforcement, but maybe it's not going to be that necessary when we have so many shambling skeletons up there anyway. So Ice Wraith at 59 does go after Vorder, which could mean something, but I don't think it means anything at all. No. Nope. Okay. So Living Bones will go first. It's going to heal and then gain another shield. So it sucks because they're going to be attacking it. Yeah, that does actually suck. Oh, that one did not have any health. That was leftover health that I forgot to take off for the one that was over here. So this one doesn't have any health to heal. This is right there, just so I remember. Living Bones, done. Okay. Now it goes to you, Moonin. Moonin, we will, as I said, we'll consume that fire. That gives us an experience. And we're going to heal the orb there for 3. 1, 2, 3. Back down to 8 out of 18. Good. We were over halfway there. So, and then we'll make an attack of 2 at range 3 or 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 against this imp over there. I could make an attack against this, but it has shield. So let's make an attack against the imp. Maybe we can take that out before it gets a turn. Nope, that's not going to be the case. Okay, anyway, an attack of 2. Oh, that's right. We'll get the heal first because we're in range of this. I need to remember that. A -1. Son of a. Okay, well, that's 1 damage onto number 1. Which puts it to 4 damage. Oh, man. Okay, well, next is the snow imps. This is going to, that's number 1, so it's going to attack with a nothing special here. It's going to attack number 3. This is, yeah, it's going to attack number 3. I think it's dead. Yep, it's dead. Yeah, because it's poisoned, it already has 1 damage. Ah, man. Okay, number 3 is dead. Yeah, that sucks. Okay, then the other one is going to back up and then make an attack. Ooh, how's it going to do it? I guess it's going to go like this. Yeah, it doesn't want to go that way for sure. So it goes back here, which is bad. Makes an attack against Moonin for -1. That's an attack of 2, 2 -1, and then brittled. Okay. So brittled for 1 damage. Now the frozen corpse, frost breath, it is where it wants to be. Oh man, it's going to attack number 2. Son of a, it's killing everything. I knew 43 was going to be too late. Or not too late, but it was as early as I could possibly go with her without taking a short rest. And I thought about it, but I wish I did. Frost breath, it's a -1 at least, but it is, the number 2 is, it's going to do this. Son of a. Yeah, they're all freaking dead now. Okay, here comes the orb first, I guess. Or is it going to go in order of initiative? I guess it'll attack 1 first. That's a -1, -1. So we're on to something here. It has an attack of 2. And number 1 will take 0 damage. Okay. Now for number 2, a 0. Well, that's bad because that one is poisoned, but I think it's still going to live. It's an attack of 2, -1 from frost breath, +1, so it's going to take 2 damage. This is like coming down to the wire, and I really wish now it's going to attack the orb. Yeah, cool. I would have really liked to see that somewhere else. But hey, at least the orb is safe. Now it brings in Frost, and that is its turn. So now we go to the Bone Shaper. Both of these guys are idiots, and they're going to attack the thing that has the most amount of freaking shield. Here it comes. Number 1 is a 0, so nothing. And then number 2 is a -1, so nothing. It's not even worth to do it anymore because they're going to be attacking the same thing again. So I think my only thing to do here, I do have Decaying Will, So I think I'm going to do this instead of just pulling and hoping for the best. Before I forget, we've got a couple poisons out. Number 2 was poisoned. That's removed, and then Vorder has her poison removed. So I do have this decaying will, and what I could do is just make an attack against Reinhardt to put a poison on him, or it. I could make an attack here for 2 and then poison it, but I feel like if I make an attack, if I put the poison on Reinhardt, we've already seen that they can heal it. These can heal as well. I could put it on basically anything. I could make an attack against that imp and just hope for the best. It's just going to be an attack of 1. It only needs 1 more to die. Maybe I do that. I think what I'm gonna do instead, I'm gonna use, it really doesn't matter. I'm just gonna move up to here and make a punch against that so that if I pull that, then it still dies. I'm glad that I did it that way instead. Wow. Yeah, that would have been horrible to pull that a -1 with an attack of 1. So I'm glad I walked up and punched it. Man, I was just like so excited about that. Now it's the Ice Wraith's turn, and he's going to do that thing, consume. And then now it's going to make an attack. Now and the next turn, here comes a blessing for it as well. That's going to get shuffled in right away. And then it's going to make an attack at disadvantage, which cancels out the advantage. So it's just pulling 1 card with an attack of 3, a +1. So that is 4 damage. Is that worth burning a card now? Because it would go up to 12 out of, I think it is. I'm going to do it. I'm burning, anyone could burn a card. Maybe we have somebody else burn. You know what? I'm going to have Vorder burn her card. I don't know why I was thinking that only Helene was going to burn a card. For some reason, anyone could burn a card. Let's have Vorder do it because she has more cards than Helene does anyway. So Eternal Torment burned for 4 damage instead. I think that's worth it. All right. Eternal Life, Unholy Strength. And that's the end of the round, except for, I'm going to be burning. So let's heal 1 for being within range of the Banner of Hope, and then heal 2. I'm dropping Set for the Charge. It's great for the initiative, but I feel like I've got this at this point. I don't need the initiative to get back there. I think we'll be fine. So now she only has 5 cards in her hand. I'm glad I kind of made the choice to have somebody else drop a card instead of her. That was dumb. We do get our Heater Shield back. Okay, let's go into the next round. Right, and I forgot, Hugin does come in because I used Mind Spike last turn. So Hugin comes in. Okay, so I ended up taking a short rest with Vorder, and we lost Dark Tidings. I considered burning a card or taking a damage and doing a reroll kind of a thing instead, but I don't think I'm going to be in a position to do it again because I'm afraid of losing them now. So burning that now is okay. But we're going to be starting off with her, with Vorder, at 18 with Flow of the Black River. I just want to go fast, is my thought with her. If I had to take a long rest with her and then everything's dead, then it wouldn't be a very fun game anymore. So I want to go really early. I'm hoping that we can kill this Living Bones, maybe, and then grant one of your summons a move and an attack. I'm going to send either one or two back here to make an attack against Reinhardt, because I want Reinhardt to have a different target other than this all the time. So I'm thinking, oh, actually, she can just go pick this up, and but yeah, I'm thinking that we need to start putting other targets into Reinhardt's pathway. So let's use those. They'll die. We can bring them back. That's my idea. Then 62 and 67. Eh, yeah. I guess Vorder and her things are going to be the targets until this, but 62, it's just the last two cards that I have available here. Maybe I can get into a position to use this and it won't be at advantage. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I just do this so that I can switch and then punch something. That's kind of my idea here. Is no idea, just kind of choosing the last two cards so I don't have to take a rest with them at the same time. I guess the bad thing with Vorder taking a short rest is we don't get our Warden's robes back. But she is at full health anyway, so the reason why I don't want to take a short rest with them is because all of their gear is down. So we don't want that. Then at 67, I'm doing this because I'm thinking move 4 and then pincer move. With 4 movement, 1, 2, take a couple damage, 3, and then 4, and then make an attack through here. That's going to make, it's an attack of 5 with muddle, so that should help in the future. She's going to have to take a couple damage, but she is going to heal a little bit from this first. From this first. I'm really bad about pointing in front of the camera, but we'll get a little bit of healing and then run over here, and she won't be able to heal any more from it. But yeah, I can't find another way to use my allies. I mean, we do have a way of, we could stand here and still use the orb as an ally, and then make an attack from here with combined effort. So maybe we do that in the next turn or something like that. But that's a better. I'm going to do that instead. That's a better idea. It will put her back there faster at 32. Let's do combined effort. And I'll use the summon or the default 2 movement of at all costs to go here and then slide on through to there. Because I can't slide further this way. So 1, 2, and then I'll end next to the orb, and I can use the orb as an ally. It specifically says it's an ally to you and an enemy to all monsters. So we can use it in these in combined effort. And then in the future, I can 1, 2. Man, it's so difficult to see anything with these big stands. I can get to here this turn and then 1, 2 movements and use it again in a future round. I think that's the way to do it, because then we can go for the treasure after that. And we're going to go earlier. I think that's all much better. Okay, let's see what they do. Frozen Corpse has Cold Snap. Well, we don't have Frost Out, so it's just an attack of -1. Honestly, these guys they're kind of weak unless Frost is out, is kind of what it looks like. And if Fire is out, is even better. So that's at 42. Banner Spear, Bone Shaper. There we go. 42. Yeah. Frozen corpse right there. Then living bones is 81 power slash. I don't think, yeah, one of them is going to get out of the way. Maybe I can move them both out of the way. Let's do that. Let's get them out of the way. It will only make an attack against the orb. That's still not good, but it's going late, so maybe we can kill it anyway. Living bones is going last. The imps, just the imp. Nothing special again. Cool, I'll take that. At 37, that's still after her, but it is before the corpse. And then finally, Rhymeheart is restore essence. It's going to go early and do nothing because it doesn't have any damage and there's no frost. So it goes first, it does nothing, and then it gets rid of that. Okay, like that, maybe that one card just saved us a lot of pain and suffering. All right. So it does that first. That's at 13. Yep. So heal 3. Okay. Nothing. And then shield 2. Okay. Nothing. Thank you, sir. Or it. Thank you, it. Bone Shaper Vorter, you're up. So let's see those attacks. I want to see some +1s here, guys. Number 1, +1. That's 2 damage. Onto number 1, Living Bones. Next, 0. So 1 more damage. It's up to 3. It's up to 3. Maybe we will be able to kill it. Number 2 here does have a couple damage, so we'll get that. We'll get 1 off because of the Banner of Hope. Something else that I'm going to forget. It's not just changing boons, guys. It's everything. She's good. And yeah, let's get them out of the way now. So we can move. I'm going to go over here and pick up that loot. This way, she's going to get the attack from this, but it's not that bad. It's a -1. Let's see what that loot is after. I'll keep that in my hand. Now let's get them out of the way. How about we do number 1 goes 1, 2. So that is Flow of the Black River. Now command the Wretched, grant one of your summons. So I'm going to have it go 1. Oh, that's exactly why I didn't want to do that. If I pull a +1, it's enough to kill it, but I know she's got a couple curses in her deck. I don't want it to die. So maybe what I do instead is I go up here and make the attack against this instead. I'm just afraid that she also has some curses as well. Helene does. Where was it? It was right there. And this was here. Okay, I think I figured it out. So I'm going to have 2. I'm going to have number 2 go back up 1 to there. And then that's Flow of the Black River. Okay. And then I have number 1 for Command the Wretched to go 1, 2. And I'm going to have that. Not all the way, just to here. And I'm going to have it still attack number 1. And that way, if we don't kill it, we actually do have another way to make an attack next. So let's see if they pull it. Hey, never mind. ×2. I'll take it. So that's an attack of 2. Make it 4. -1 because of the shield is 3. That's enough to kill that Living Bones. That does a lot of work here, so that's pretty helpful. There. Fantastic. Both Living Bones are now dead. Oh, no. Oh, that's not a Living Bones. That's my Shambling Skeleton. Okay. That's the end of her turn, so we get to loot that. What was that? Some arrow vine. Cool. We got snow thistle and arrow vine. We don't know what that does. That's a new type of potion. So we'll be seeing a new potion from her with that. Cool. Next is Banner Spear. Helene. Let's see it happen. We'll go move 2. Okay, perfect. We can go 1 and then 2 all the way in. We do heal 1 for our Banner of Hope, and we're still in range, so next turn we'll heal up a little bit more, which is good. That's our movement. I thought maybe we would be screwed because we cleared all of these hexes, but yeah, back up 1 and then 1 all the way to there. And now combined effort against Rhymeheart, also wounding him. That's an attack of 4 and a wound. Awesome. 4 incoming damage. It's not normal, it's not elite, so it doesn't have those abilities, right? Like, this is where I get a little confused here with this named. It's not normal and it's not elite. So it doesn't have this stuff. I'm gonna have to look that up, but it's gonna take 4 damage and it's wounded. And I hope it stays wounded for a very long time. I'm gonna have to look up to see if it's considered elite still when it comes to having retaliation or shield. Okay, so the ruling is that it is a named monster, but it's still elite. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. I'm going to change it to yellow base. And because it starts as an elite, and I saw kind of a little bit of a spoiler, I guess. I won't say anything until it happens if it doesn't happen. But basically, it does have retaliation. So it will retaliate for 2. But it's wounded and it finally has 4 damage on it. 4 out of 18, which, is it 18? I think it's 18. Yes, 18. 1 XP for that. Well, that's where we are now. Banner Spear done. Snow Imp is right there. Going to do nothing special. It's not going to move. It's going to actually, yeah, it's going to make an attack against Helene. It's closer. The attack is, oh, +2. That's bad. It's an attack of 2. +2 is 4. -1 for Unbreakable Wall, -1 for Heater Shield. So 2 more damage come in, and now she's brittle. That's no good, guys. Okay, yeah, that's not good at all. That's the only one there. Imp done. Next is Frozen Corpse. Cold Snap is not going to move. Is just going to make an attack against Vorder. Vorder, ooh, that's bad for them. And there's no frost to consume, so nothing happens with that. Then it is finally, Living Bones is dead. So we're not going to be seeing any more Living Bones, right? Right. We can just move their stuff out of the way. So what we're going to see here now is Hugin. Hugin has a move, like a jump of 3, and then we're going to punch. So because it's a jump, I'm going to have it jump. Oh, wait a minute. 1, 2, let's see here. 1, 2, 3. And maybe I make an attack. Because at the moment, oh, no, never mind. Brittle is gone and it heals 1. So I don't have to worry about that. I was just thinking I have to worry about that if I take a retaliation. I'd really like to make an attack, but I could make an attack against the imp as well because that's poisoned. It's just going to be an attack of 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. I could also do this for an attack of 3, and I could attack both of them. I might do that instead. It's not going to be advantage, which is unfortunate. And then I have no way of switching back to to Moonin. I could just take like a short rest or even a long rest at that point, and then back up. Attack of 3 against both of them. I think I have to. Okay, I don't have to do it, but I think it's a good idea to do it. I just wish it was that advantage. I really do wish it was that advantage. I need to start pulling out all the stops. So let's do it. First attack will be against Rhymeheart. It's an attack of 3. Make it 4. So that's 4 damage. 3, 4. So we're up to 8 damage against him already. And then we have to take 2. And then the other one is against the imp. That's 3 plus 1 because it's poisoned. So that's 4 damage total against the imp. We gain an experience out of that and burn the card. And then we use Feeding Frenzy to just back up 1. And that way we have range 3 or 4 on everything here, 3 or 4. And then we can use Mugen after. We'll probably have to take a long rest. I guess not have to take a long rest, but I think it'll be a good idea. We only have 4 cards in their discard pile. We'll probably take a short rest then. I don't want to belabor that anymore. I think that's it. Where are we right now? Let's move the camera around a little bit. That might be there for way too long. Sorry about that. We have Brittle with 4 health on her, which is not good on Helene. She's kind of in the thick of it. With 12 experience, though, that's good. That's awesome. Then over here, 6 and 9 experience. That's great for Hugin and Moonin. They're having some fun. And then over here for Vorder, 6 health, 6 experience. So we'll be seeing some more. Where's the third one? There it is. Shambling skeletons here in the near future, for sure. Yeah. So that's where it stands as of right now. For us, for them, they have 8 damage. Rhymeheart does, and then 4 damage with a poison for the other snow imp, and we still have that one frozen corpse alive with 0 damage on it. But that's kind of the least of my worries right now. My biggest worry is definitely this. And if I can kill that, then I'm in a really good position. So that's where we are at the moment. Let's move the camera so that we can get a different angle here. And we'll see about how we can kind of pull ourselves out of this in this next round. Okay, we've got it here. We got something. I went for a short rest with Hugin and Moonin because I didn't really want to take a long rest. We're going to be back here. I don't need any of that gear anymore. So this is the one I lost, which is kind of a shame. I thought about taking a damage so that I could keep it, but I realized that I didn't have many ability cards in there for for Hugin. These are the only two cards that he has left. So that's bad. That means I have to switch into Moonin and then never switch back again, which is going to be tough. These are the two cards that I'm going to be going with, Hornet Stingers and Feeding Frenzy. We have to perform that top ability somehow so that I can switch. Yeah, so I do have to. I was wondering maybe did I play a card and forget to switch, but that's not the case because I had played this top ability to burn and I had played this other card, I think, Feeding Frenzy. I think so, 62. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to go early at 23, jump in there, and hope for the best so that I can make that switch. We'll see how that goes. Oops. Yep. And then at 25 for Helene there, we're using pincer movement and regroup. Regroup is just for the movement. We can go one and then slide on in behind Reinhardt and then make that pincer movement attack. Ugh, man, I need that to work. She has a low health 4 at the moment, but on her turn she'll remove that if she goes before the enemies. That is, then she'll be removing that brittle and healing 1 and then going in, and I'll feel a little bit better about that situation. But then at 30 is Vorder. We've got Fell Remedy and Decaying Will. 30, I mean, Fell Remedy, I think what I'm going to do is make this attack and then just move somewhere. I don't know. I'm going to see where my guys are, and then I'll decide what I can do with those. I could just heal. That might be an option. I don't like it, but it might be an option. So let's see what they do. First, Frozen Corpse is Icy Swipe. Okay, that does bring in ice, but it is very, very late. And it is a movement of -1. Okay, whoops. Frozen Corpse, very late. Then the Imp, Rotten Sting. We don't want to see that, of course. Snow Imp, but it is going after all of us. I don't think I'm going to be able to kill it. I don't. And then, at least right now, and then Calculated Strike. So, okay, what hasn't happened is it hasn't played. I don't ignore these. I've been saying ignore, but I haven't seen an elite thing written yet. I've only ever seen normal. So don't listen to me when I say things like that, but I haven't seen if elite doesn't do it, so I haven't really broken any rules yet. Calculated Strike, that's going to be an attack of +1. That's not good. Also bringing in ice, but it's going late. We'll see who that's going to be up against. So Vorder is first, 71 right there. And I need to get in there with this and then use that. So actually, I am going to be getting in their face right now. That's good. So move of 2, 1, oops, 1, 2, slide on in. That's not where I want you to be. Where else could I go? Where was I? Back here. I could do this. 1, I would take a couple damage for that because it's hazardous terrain, and then 2 all the way into here. And I have to make this attack in order for the switch to happen. But from here, I would be poisoning like her, for instance. It's not necessarily a bad thing because the poison will come off, and maybe I do that. That would be poisoning this. I have to take 2 damage regardless of what I do, however. So I think that's what I'm going to do to keep Hugin, and well, it's going to be Moon in here. So we take 2 damage to get through this. Can't see it, can you? Through here, and then slide on into this hex, where then I'm able to make the attack against this. It does mean like I can do something like that, right? Where it will hit the frost of the frozen corpse and Vorder. Vorder will take the poison, but it'll be healed off because of that. So that's what I'm gonna have to do. It's a 1 attack, -1. It's at least poisoned, and then we get to make a switch. That was the important thing. I had to make this switch. Poison and poison. So we'll put the poison on the frozen corpse, number 5, and then a poison over here. Then it gets to her. This was more to Helene. I needed to do this. First, we will heal 1, and then get rid of that brittle. I was just thinking, Hugin was back here and was too far to heal beforehand, so that's okay. All right, now we'll do move 2 with regroup. So back up 1 and then slide in behind Reinhardt, and we'll make the pincer movement attack a -1. I will take it. I will take it because I didn't want to pull the curse or ×0, honestly. So that's 4 more damage. We're up to 12 damage on it out of 18, and it's now muddled. It can be muddled. It says in the special rules states that it can't be stunned or disarmed. 1 experience for that. Now it is Vorder's turn. Oh, that's right. And she has to take 2 damage for that retaliation. She has to take the 2 damage. She can't use shield on it. Okay. So before she goes, what do they do? Number 1 will move to here and make this attack against this guy. That is an attack of 2 times. I shuffled, guys. Times 2. Times 2. So that's 4 damage onto the frozen corpse. It is poisoned, so it's 5 damage. It's an attack of 2 plus the poison is 3 times 2 is 6 -1 is 5. 5 because it has a shield. Wow. Well done, sir. Then number 2 comes in to here, and it can't get to the frozen corpse, so it will move this way behind Reinhardt. There he is. And then make an attack there. It will heal first, which is important, of 0. So that's 2 more damage. So we're up to 14, guys. I think I have to go for it. I'm going to use Decaying Will for the attack 1, make it 2, because we have a summon adjacent, and we're going to make the attack against Reinhardt a -1. So it's 1 damage. It's at 15 out of 18, and it's poisoned, which is awesome, and muddled, and wounded. You can see all that right there piled on him, which is fantastic. That brings in Earth, which is not a good thing. Nope. But it has to happen. And then we move or heal. Well, we did heal this off because of the hope, banner of hope. God, this thing is amazing. It's a support character all by itself. It's just so good. So now we get to move. I feel like moving kind of over here so that she's not the target of anything. Yeah. We'll move out of the way. Or I could go the other way. 1, 2. Yep. Yeah, and what we'll do is maybe go pick up some stuff. We'll get behind her summons, I guess, for the first time in a while. That's it. We didn't get to kill anything, but man, did we do a lot of damage. Yeah, we did a lot of damage. You know what? I should have made the attack against the imp. That would have been a much better... It wouldn't have done anything, now that I think about it. No, it would have gone through because it's poisoned. But, yeah. Oh well. Now it goes on to them. It's the snow imp first, so it's going to consume that earth that I just brought in. I thought maybe I'll be able to use that, but that's not the case. Then it's going to back up and make an attack against Helene, and then Vorder's number 2 back there. So Helene first, that's a miss. It's still going to put the poison and, it's poison and, what's that called? Brittle. And now it's going to make the attack back there for a 0. That is an attack of 2, minus 1 is just 1 damage. Number 2, and it's brittled, and it's poisoned. Oh, you know what? It's dead. I forgot about the retaliation. So that is actually dead now. It had 1 damage on it. Or sorry, it would have had 2 damage on it. And now it just got 1 more damage. So I forgot about the retaliation, but I'm fixing it now. So that's now dead too. And that's okay. Okay. Rotten Sting, done. Calculated Strike for the Ice Wraith. That is going to be against Helene, but it's going to be drawing 2, +1, or times 2. Well, it's muddled, so it goes for the +1, so that came at a good time. It's also going to take 1 damage because it is wounded. 16. That's an attack of 3, 4, 5. I'm going to burn a card because she's also poisoned and brittled. And brittle, not brittled. Okay, so I figured it out. Brittle, okay, I burn a card. I'm going to burn a card because that's the only way I'm going to be able to survive this. The calculated strike is, because I'm brittle and also poisoned, it is 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's use my unbreakable wall. That goes to 5. And now mine times 2. That's 10 damage. So I burn a card. I have to burn Tip of the Spear. It's the only card in her hand. So that means I have to rest again. But as I said, I'm getting close. So 0 damage. Because I took 0 damage, brittle does not go away. Brittle only goes away when you suffer damage. The source of damage, then it's removed, or you heal. So anyway, frost is now strong, and this goes away. Calculated strike right there. So we need to find a way to heal her, right? She's a little too far away. A little too far. She is too far away from the banner of hope back there. So it is what it is, I guess. Burning a card there is probably okay, because if that damage went onto the orb, I'd have to burn a card anyway. But in that case, I'd probably burn from somebody else. So she's in a bit of trouble, and she's in the wrong place. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get out of there. I'm considering taking a short rest so I can try to go for bully, because I really need to. I'd really like to kill this with wound and poison there. Then I fulfilled that, and that one was going to be a difficult one. So next is the frozen corpse. Frozen corpse is right where it wants to be for ice swipe, and it's going to be attacking both Vorder and her number 1 there. Sorry, that's not Vorder. That's Moonin. So Moonin first with a +1, also bringing in ice. Here it comes, times 2. Okay, well, you're going to have to burn another card. I think I'm just going to burn this. Harvest the essence. Yeah, there's some heal there, but I'm close to this, so I'll be getting some free healing out of it. And I'm not going to be using that top to burn, so that hurt. Now here comes the other attack for that guy. That's a +1, so that one's dead too. Yep, so we'll just be removing you. That was a pretty harsh turn, won't lie. Frost is already strong. Ice swipe. That was pretty harsh. We burned 2 cards for one for Moonin and one for Helene. But again, if those attacks had landed there, I probably would have done the same thing anyway. So, okay. Well, let's move on. round whatever. I'm hoping this is the last round though, because it's getting a bit dangerous. It's getting a bit dangerous here. This is the state of Helene, and she doesn't have any more cards in her hand, and only 4 cards left in the discard pile. So she's gonna have to take a short rest right now, so she doesn't die. We can at least take a turn before resting with Hugin and Moonin, but if we lose a card for Hugin, then we won't be seeing him come back, and then it's pretty difficult after that for Moonin. So she's all right. She's going to win this for us. She's definitely going to win this for us. Unfortunately, we don't have any more summons on the board, so any of her shambling skeletons, that is. All right, let's see what we can do here. Okay, so this was interesting. I took 2 short rests, one for Helene and one for Vorder. Vorder lost life and death, and that's fine. So there it goes. And we'll go over their cards after. I guess I can do it in this sequence. We're going to be tied here between Moonin and Vorder. Moonin is going to take Mind Spike and Into My Embrace. The attack 3 will be against this, and then pull just in case I pull something bad here. I don't think I can pull anything really. I mean, the only thing I can pull is like the ×0. but I'll pull it and it will die there for sure. Then I will switch, but I will maybe move. I'll think about the move. Then I'll switch. He doesn't have any cards in his hand, but he has 2 cards here. And with the addition of 2 more cards here, then we can take a long rest in the next round. And we just pick one of Moonin's cards instead so that we can get 2 more cards. I hope there isn't a next round, honestly. Let's make that happen. Then we have 18 again, but going second. Flow of the Black River for the initiative, but grant an ally attack 5. Let's hope for the best there. Then over here, something bad happened, and I didn't know what to do, and I did it, and now I'm regretting that I did it. I pulled pincer movement. All right, I took a short rest. I pulled pincer movement, and I was like, no, I want to keep pincer movement. So without thinking, I was like, I'll just take the damage and then and drop another card. Actually, I made a mistake. I had this over here, and I had to burn that for taking damage a long time ago. So I don't know why it was over there, but not a long time ago. I guess it was a couple turns ago. It's over here. So I only had 3 cards. So this is her last turn. And that's when I was kind of like, oh man, I didn't have four cards in my hand. I had 3 in my discard pile. And then I was brittle, so when I took the damage, I actually had to take 2 damage, and my brittle is now gone. That's interesting. I didn't think of doing something like that. And then I pulled Regroup, which has the faster initiative. So I'm hoping 32 is fast enough, and that's her last turn. So if she kills, let's say this is dead and this is dead before it gets to her turn, or maybe these 2 because of, let's say, grant an ally an attack 5. Maybe I have Helene make the attack 5 there, or maybe I have Moonin make the attack 5 there. Maybe I don't have to worry about it, and then all she has to do is just pick up that treasure and some loot or something like that. That would be pretty awesome, I gotta say. That would be pretty cool. We'll have to see what happens. Yeah, let's see how they're gonna screw me then. So Frozen Corpse, 23 Freezing Embrace. Okay, let's see, 18, 18, and then 32. So it is going after us. Oh, 32 is not going after, but it is going after at least the first 2. All right. Next, Imp. Tip the scales at 24. Okay. So not horrible, but not great. And then finally, Ice Wraith. 16. And Ice is going. So it has, but this is just retaliation. It's not retaliate. It's not plus 2 retaliate, it's retaliate 2. So if we're going to perform an attack, a melee attack against it, then it's retaliate 4. But if we're going to perform a ranged attack at 2, then it's still just retaliate 2. So this is only if it is a melee attack. But it's going first, so it's completely screwed me. Okay, well, first, that just means we have to make it count, right? Okay, so we've got Ice Wraith first. That's going to make an attack. Oh no! No, I'm being stupid. I didn't even see this make the attack here. So it's going to make an attack against Helene right now, and it's a +1. She's dead. She can't do anything about that. So she's gone. Yeah, like I said, how am I going to get screwed? That's how I'm going to get screwed. Thanks, Frosthaven. Um, it does consume, and now it has. Oh, I'm not totally screwed, actually, now that I think about it. It has retaliate 2. Let's keep that out here. It has retaliate 2 and melee range, and it still has retaliate 2 at range 2. But you're now dead, exhausted, because I don't have any cards here. Yikes. Yikes. That means this has been pulled off as well. Banner of Hope is gone. Goodbye, Helene. She was my hope for picking that up. Son of a man, these things. It does take 1 damage, so it's 1 damage away from dying. I don't really even have to do anything with that anymore. I can just let it die in the next round. Now it goes to Moonin. Moonin's going to perform that into my embrace against that snow imp. It's an attack of +0, which makes it die, which kills it. Right next to that treasure. Man, I was so excited about picking up that treasure. Okay. Then we will be making a switch. I have a movement of 2, or I can make this attack, and I think I'm going to make this attack. Yeah, I might as well do that. So 1, 2, 3, we're far enough away that it doesn't matter. It's a +2 or +0. Now it's dead. It's an attack of 2, +1 because it's poisoned. I need to go pick up all this loot. So he never did the special thing, which is kind of funny. It's kind of fun and interesting thing for the ice wraiths. Ice wraith is dead. Right after he killed my Helene, and Helene was going to clean house. Man. So I need to find a way to get over here and pick up all this loot. Vorder. And Vorder, now I want to be moving around, don't I? I was just thinking about this. Grant an ally attack 5. I could have the orb make an attack, and wouldn't that be epic to finish it off? But I want to go pick up some loot. She has 1 card to make her summons loot, but it's gone. So neither of them have a way of looting. There's so much loot here. That made that switch. They're going to be taking a long rest so that I can get some cards. And then we're going to run around and hope that this thing doesn't die in the meantime. So, yeah, I really want to pick up a lot of this loot. What I'm going to do is, I think I have to do this. I do. So I'm just going to use one of them as a move 2. And I'm not gonna make an attack because it has 5 damage out of 9, and it's still poisoned. So let's go 1, 2. It's just a movement of 2. Oh, I do have my crude boots, so I have a movement of 3. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so she's over here. That's where we're going to have to end it. Freezing Embrace then. What's going to happen is you're now pinned and brittle, which is pretty rough. Okay, that's the end of that round. Let's try and pick up this chest, maybe pick up some loot. He's going to take a long rest. I have to do it that way because if I don't, there's a very good chance that it's kind of like 50-50 that they die as well. And what I'll do for her is we'll summon something in maybe. Do I want to summon at all? I don't think I do. I'll use this to heal at least a little bit, and then we'll move and pick up that chest. If I summon, then the summon, the thing will go and make an attack. Yeah, I can't have that happen. Okay, so that's it. We will see what the frozen thing's doing. Thawed strike. Hey, that's fine. Except it will make an attack. So it goes in this order. I guess we're just going to let it happen. We're just going to let it happen. Okay, so we could heal Hugin. Hugin up. Let's do that. Hugin. Let's heal Hugin up instead. That's a heal of 2. It at least get rid of that brittle, which is pretty special. Now has 6 health. And then we'll use Return Servant. I just picked a second card to go pick up this chest. This better be important, or this better be worth it. So we'll go here. It says the chest is number 39. So we'll open up the Frosthaven rulebook to the end. 39. Unlock a random side scenario. All right. So is that over here? That might be somewhere else. And it says that. So afterwards, we will, I'll put that with her loot, which is pretty cool. I like that. It's like a message came in instead of here's a side scenario. So we'll go to read that at the end and figure out what that means. Then it goes to Thawed Strike for Frozen Corpse. Makes an attack. It doesn't move. It attacks Hugin for -1. It is a +1, and then it's an attack of 2. So 2, 3, 2. So you're still alive, buddy. I'm glad that Vorder was being nice over there. Now it is a long rest, and I have to get rid of a card for Moonin, and then switch to Hugin afterwards, probably. Or maybe I'll keep it as Hugin. Yeah, and then we'll make the switch afterwards. We'll drop Mind Spike. There, gone. Okay. And then we will switch to Hugin now. Yep, we'll switch to Hugin, or we'll stay as Hugin, I guess. I forgot we're already at Hugin. That's the long rest, so we get all of this stuff back, which is pretty cool. And then I'm going to use this immediately so that we can get up to 5 health, 6, 7 health. Sorry, I gained 2 more health because of the long rest. Let me lose that. Okay. And actually, I'll use these 2 to loot that. That sounds awesome. What is that? A hide. Okay, cool. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. On to the next round. Hugin will be performing Hornet Stingers and Feeding Frenzy. Maybe we'll do this, but we're certainly going to do that so we can switch. And Vorder is going to do these 2, Decaying Will and Damned Horde, and I don't know what we're going to do with that. Probably just focus on looting at the moment. So what is the Frozen Corpse going to do? Cold Snap. All right. At 42, which is before, Vorder, and it's just between them. I know this is like kind of boring here, but I want to be picking up some of this loot, and it's part of the game. It is kind of sucky that it's part of the game because I don't enjoy this, but I want to pick this loot up. Like, it would be cool if it's like, oh, at the end of the scenario, perform loot 1. You know, that would be really cool. Just so that you like pick up what's around you and then run out of the place. So I'm going to do this first to see if it kills it. So it's an attack of 1 plus 1. It's poisoned, and we get through because of the pierce. So that's 1, 2, 3 damage, and that's not enough because that's 8 damage. Sorry, I was kind of thinking that was enough, but it's at, let's see, 6, 7, 8 damage now, and it needs 8. It needs 9. So I think what I can do is kill it with this and then loot. I was kind of thinking of moving back and picking that loot up, but let's just end it now. We'll kill it with this, with the bottom of feeding frenzy bottom. That's enough to kill it. There it goes. And then we'll perform loot 1, so we get that loot as well, which is some money. Okay, yeah, I've had enough. Okay, that's it. So what I'm gonna do is Damned Horde so that I can get 1 more experience. I'm not gonna put it on there, I'll just take the experience, and then I'll use this to move over and pick up loot. So we've ended with 1, 2, 3 loot way back there. That's another hide, a couple more hides. So cool, all right. Yeah. I could have, instead of that loot, I could have done this for more experience, but hey, that's fine. All right, that's it. Finally, whew. We've survived, and not only did we survive, well, barely, but we've made it to the end of the scenario and killed Rhymeheart. We didn't get to see what the Ice Wraith does. I only saw it because I was looking something up, that rule, and found a spoiler. So we'll see when that happens in the future. So I'm going to do a cleanup as per usual, and I'll fill in what everybody gets for loot, resources, and we'll come back for the outpost phase and finish it up there. All right, so before heading into the outpost phase, we have to read the conclusion here and then gain some rewards and do some stuff, it looks like. So let's take care of all that before the outpost phase. The wraith disappears into the air, and the other creatures lingering in the area take flight, leaving you in peace. Without the sound, voice of 8 materializes in front of the elemental array, and they position themselves around the device, chanting words of an ancient tongue. The sound of their 8 separate voices is eerie and beautiful, and it makes you wonder how much of their individualism they have each gave up to sustain their existence. A few minutes into the chant, the ice upon the array starts melting, and one of the icers step forward, dissolving into mist that envelops the contraption, making it glow from within. A few haunting minutes later, the misty icer reforms and the rest falls silent. The anchor is the only thing still intact, Voice of 8 says collectively. We must find new elemental cores, at least 4 of them, and put them back into place, or this array will continue to be nothing more than a memory of ages past. We will search them out across the plains and return to you when we have devised a way to retrieve them. I see. Okay, well, we now gain collective 2 wood and 2 iron. Now, 2 collective wood and 2 collective iron. I had put this into the Frosthaven supply, and I'm realizing that that might not be the way that I'm supposed to do it. I think collective means that it is distributed among us. So I'm gonna look that up actually really quickly and just make sure that that's true. All right, here it suggests that when the party gains or loses collective resources, they can be added to or taken from any supply. I take that to mean Frosthaven supply because it says resources can be in a character's personal supply or in the Frosthaven supply. I'm going to think here for a moment because we can give that to anybody, meaning that maybe we can put most of it in the Frosthaven supplies so that it's used for building only, even if these three aren't with us, like in a future scenario. That's what I'm trying to get at. That it's anybody can use it in the future. Or do I want to give somebody like an iron or a wood so that I can create something? I might do that with Hugin and Moonin because they just have like a bunch of hides, and I wasn't able to really build or craft anything with that. So I'm going to think about this here in a moment, and then I'll distribute it. Okay, so I've distributed it. I had one in here already, so I've taken two wood and one iron and put them into the Frosthaven supply. And I've given Hugin and Moonin just the one iron. I've got something we will craft with that. Okay, that is that. That's the rewards here. Moving on, section links. We get to add 95.4 to the calendar in 6 weeks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 95.4, yes. That sucks. That kind of frustrates me that it's 6 weeks out because that means Vorder has not that she has nothing to do, but her personal quest is on hold for 6 weeks. I hope this doesn't continue like this because that's a bit frustrating. Like I understand, hey, it says we'll go search out across the plains and return to you when we have devised a way to retrieve them. So maybe in 6 weeks they'll give us all of those locations and we can, or maybe one and then the other, something like that. I'm not sure yet, but in 6 weeks, I think what we do is, we'll read 95.4 and maybe that unlocks some of them or one of them. And I hope that it's not another 6 weeks or even 2 weeks. I guess 2 can be okay, but to be forced to play with someone for more than 15 scenarios would be kind of annoying in a way, where most of these can be personal quests can be fulfilled within like 10 or 12 for the most part. This one's going to take some time, but anyway, I'm just digressing here. I hope it's not every 6 weeks we have to do something else. That would just be kind of annoying because I do like Vorder and I do want to keep her, and sure, I'll play with her when, even if it's not necessary to play with her. But yeah, I hope it's not like that. I have heard somewhere, I can't remember, that they got locked into their class personal quest, and this sounds like that's one of them. So, okay. We do have lots of other things to do in the meantime. It's not like we're just stuck. Okay, so I've done that. All right. There's a lot of things that I have to kind of go through here, because there's a couple mistakes and then some other. Well, first let's do this. This was the personal, or a loot. We picked up a random scenario, 142.4. So let's go find that and figure out what that is. 42.4 in this. You find an ornate letter sealed in wax. The stamp is a royal crest you don't recognize. Upon breaking the seal and opening the letter, you find exquisite calligraphy and decorative touches flaked in gold dust. It appears to be an invitation of some sort. My esteemed friends, this letter has found its way to you, and by that alone I know that you are fated for grand things. Since you are of quality, unlike most of the other rabble I've seen in these blasted lands, I extend a warm, open invitation to join me and my court for a midwinter ball. I'm sure you've heard of my soirees. I can assure you that it will be just as unforgettable as the rumors grace them to be. There will be dancing, merriment, and excitement unparalleled. I've enclosed a map to my estate that I trust you will hold in confidence. Come alone. When the winds howl and the winter sun drags in the sky in the bleakest way, we shall share a toast and the warmth of roaring fire. His Grace, Emperor Ventilian. All right. New scenario, my private empire 107. So I will get that ready, 107. And before I go and break off from here, there's a couple things that I need to fix, or one thing that I need to fix, and then something else, kind of a question to myself. Deadly mixture. I did this incorrectly, as was brought up by John, I think. Any herb times 2, any herb. I remember seeing this thinking like, what the heck does that mean? But that basically means, you can see here that it says 2 herbs, 3 herbs, and then there's this line that goes all the way. So these are all 3 herb potions, which means the deadly mixture here is a 3 herb potion where I need 2 or more of the same plus another one. So 2 arrow vines plus rock root, right? That does that. Or 2 X nuts and an arrow vine. That does that. Or 3 X nuts. Okay, you get the point here. That does this. So I should not have done this at all, and that's a bummer. But the good thing is, the bummer is that I've seen what that is, and I should not have. The good thing is that Uller here had 2 arrow vines, and that one is actually right there. 2 herbs, arrow vine plus arrow vine equals. So let's see what that is. And then we will give him that and replace or put back the deadly mixture. Oh, well, this is even worse. Unhealthy mixture. I'm going to try my best to, I don't think that's going to stay, but it's there. Unhealthy mixture, 98. So we'll put this back, and I'll come back with unhealthy mixture. So it's just as bad. It doesn't help at all. During your turn, perform wound and poison self. So we went from deadly mixture to just an unhealthy mixture. This will go to Uller. Yeah, I guess that's still kind of a bummer, but I don't know. Maybe there's a class out there that wants to be either or both wounded and or poisoned. I know there's some classes that like to be damaged, even in Gloomhaven. So, all right, well, that's been fixed for better or worse. So I've gone through each of the three classes. Helene is up to 47 XP and gained a little bit of loot there with some resources. She did go into this with 0 resources, so these are all new from this one scenario alone. But 47 means that she's leveling up. We did not get bully, so that's gone. For Hugin and Moonin, they're at 42. 42 experience, just 3 more, and they would have got it. Again, they picked up some resources and some gold as well. And then they've gained 9 more experience toward their personal quest. So I don't know. This is going to take forever. Vorder is now at 48 experience, 16 gold, and some stuff, some resources. Cool. Right. We did not get Daredevil, and we also did not get Ritualist. So nobody got their battle goals this time around. Okay, so let's now go into the outpost phase. I'll just set up the map and get a couple things ready here, and then we'll do the level ups and go through all the motions. All right, so first up is the Passage of Time. That's easy. Just go over to here, and we'll check off that next week. Okay. Then we go to the Outpost event. That's right here. And that reads, an incoming merchant ship tipped the town fishermen off to a dense school of large fish, about an hour's row up the bay. Captain Olmsted asked you to accompany and provide protection to the fishing expedition. The merchants were right. After an afternoon in the calm water, the boat was full of enough fish to last the town half of winter. Wow. Which is why you're so dismayed when a bale, this is one of those new types of enemies, pops his head out of the water. Per the Treaty of Deep Bay, these are our fish. Fin them over, like hand, and leave immediately. He glares at you with black, unblinking eyes. You try to explain you've never heard of this treaty, but he cuts you off. Your disrespect for those already here and ignorance of our ways is no excuse. Give me the fish or face the consequences. Oh, okay. Well, we've got 2 options here. This is interesting. Do we, we're here to provide protection, and this is enough fish for the half of the winter for Frosthaven, which is awesome, I think. Or we say, yeah, sorry, and we give it back. Merchant ship tipped the fishermen, and then Captain Olmsted said to go. So does that mean Captain Olmsted knows where this location is and doesn't care about the treaty? Or we just don't know about this treaty at all? Or maybe they didn't know where this location was. There's a lot to think about here, and I like that type of event. I think the events are better if it makes you think. Okay, so I'll read the options out loud then. You have plenty of enemies already, and it's not worth making more. Besides, you have no idea how many Abili are in the water below you. So this AI that I'm having a hard time with, in Greek it's I, but I think in English it's A, and I kind of like the Greek way more than A. Or there's no treaty, and this Abile is full of chum and just wants a free lunch. Keep the fish and row back to Frosthaven. You know what? Let's do it. Screw them. We're out here. We need the resources more than them. They live in a freaking ocean, right? That's the human way. We don't have any humans with us. Oh no. Helene is a human. Okay. Anyway, Helene steps up and she says, "You know what? Coming from a merchant's experience, she's never heard of it before. So we're gonna say B. There's no treaty. Option B. Let's flip this over and see what exactly that means." So on the other side, it says, "You'll regret this. The treaty has very specific penalties for violations." He yells after you just before disappearing under the waters. No effect. And then they come and attack Frosthaven. So we have to deal with this, and I've never done this before, so I need to learn how to do that before continuing on. How this works is there's an attack of 20 against 3 of my locations. That's what that's saying there. The first is going to be the workshop. That's the first target. And so I'll put that right there. So the first target at 20, an attack of 20. At the moment, our total defense is 0. Why? Well, the barracks doesn't say anything on it. We do have soldiers, by the way. We don't have anything. I don't see anything here at all, honestly. So our morale is +0. I haven't made any walls yet, so that's 0. Now I'm regretting not making walls, right? So now I have 0. That's pretty rough. That is pretty rough. But I do have these 4 soldiers. So what I'm going to do is what they do is a soldier. It says here on the barracks, advantage and -5 to the attack. So if I use 1 soldier, it will be an attack of 15 for the workshop. I have to do this 3 times. Target here, and then the barracks, and then the hunting lodge. So we will have the workshop go first. If I, let's say, use 1 soldier, it's an attack of 15. The deck is made very similarly to ours, except it's just a 1 on the end of it. Let me see if I can find. Yeah, so that's it right there. It's 0s, 10s, 20, and then minuses over there, wreck and success. This is probably a mistake. I'm just going to say this was a mistake, doing this and not having any walls. So yeah, I regret my choice here. And Helene probably shouldn't speak out like that anymore. So what we're going to do is use up basically all of our soldiers now and hope that in the future we don't need 4 soldiers, instead of trying to save these. I think what I'm going to do is use 2 here for the workshop and then see what I pull and decide on what we're going to do for the barracks and the hunting lodge. What happens if they are damaged? Well, to fix, it says any 2. If it gets wrecked, then we flip it over, and that's what we have to pay to flip it back over again. So it's either we spend any 2 to fix up any of these locations, is what's happening here, or we'd have to spend, some stuff on the back. Let's see. The barracks says we have to use this and this. So that's any 2 or any 2, right? So it's going to need 2 anyway. Oh, we're doing the workshop first. the workshop. If it gets destroyed or wrecked, it's bad. So we're going to want to protect this one with our life, right? Let's do two soldiers. Two soldiers here. 1, 2. That brings it down to -10, and then we have advantage. Let's pull that over here. Here we go. Workshop -10 with a 0 and a -10. So it's son of a, it's 10. So what does that mean? If it's damaged, then we immediately pay for that. Okay. So because it's damaged, we have to pay 2. Whoops. This is for the workshop. We have to pay any 2 for that. Okay. I think I'm understanding now that the soldiers really weren't going to help me regardless. And I mean, if it was wrecked, this isn't really that necessary. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing here. I should not have put so much effort into the workshop because it's just damaged. Unless we pull a wrecked card. Okay. Yeah, I should have. All right. I'll remember that from now on. Okay, so we have to pay 2. That's bad. I think we want to pay, or sorry, let's maybe just take 1 of each from the Frosthaven supply, 1 and 1. Yeah. Okay. Next, this is the barracks. I think it's important to use the other 2 here because in this case, I'm going to use just 1 because I don't want to pull wrecked. In that case, disadvantage on all, and we can't use the soldiers anyway. Then the next is the hunting lodge. Oh, it's not the hunting lodge. It's actually nothing. We have the workshop. The logging camp is odd, and this says even only. The alchemist is 35. The craftsman, okay, there it is. So we'll do the barracks and then the craftsman. And I'm just going to I'm going to use 1 for the barracks. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. I don't know. Not necessarily wrong, but inefficiently. I just don't know how this works. So a +20, well, there we go. We definitely, that one was worth it. And then it got rid of another -1. So that one's good. Barracks is good. And then we go over to the craftsman. And I think I'm gonna use my last one for this. I shouldn't have used the first. Yeah, a +10 and a 0. So it's damaged. We have to pay another any 2 for the craftsman, right? Yes. So any 2 for the craftsman. I'm going to take from Helene a wood, and then from Vorder we're going to take an iron. Because I really don't want to be taking from the Frosthaven supply all the time. Okay, anyway. Now that gets reshuffled, and I'll do all that stuff off camera. Okay, well, we saved 1, and then we lost a little bit, but we do gain some morale out of this, which is good. We're 1 away from a +5. I'll take that. Okay, time to build some defenses, right? Okay, that was a pain, but at least we've got some morale out of it. That was just the event, man. Now we go on to building operations. So that is going through these by number. Mining camp collectively buy up to 1 iron for 2 gold. So 2 gold for 1 iron. Well, one of those iron is replaced. That's good. That's going to go. I'm going to put that right into the Frosthaven supply. I think that's better. And then how much money? We've got a kind of a load of money. We'll take 1 from Hugin and 1 from Vorder. They both have well over 10. Okay. Okay. Next, no effect, nothing, and then collectively train up to 1 soldier for 3 gold and a material resource. Man, so we'll get 1 soldier back, and then 1 material resource. I'll take that iron right back again. Next is downtime. Downtime's the fun part. Let's see here. Leveling up. Retiring, create, craft, brew, and sell items. So, yeah, let's go through the level ups for both Helene and Vorder. Here we go for these first, the level ups here. Helene, let's take a look at the cards. I already know what I'm going to choose. I've done all this off camera just so you don't get bored of me talking too much. First, one of the choices is pinning charge, attack 2 at range 3. Okay. Consume air to make it range 4, also immobilizing the target, gaining experience. Add +1 for each ally adjacent to the target, regardless of the air, of course. But that sounds pretty fantastic, particularly when playing with Vorder and her summoned the shambling skeletons. Could be adding 1, 2, 3, and if Hugin is in there, +4. I mean, come on, that's pretty big attack. You don't even really need the air, but the extra range, the experience is always good. 17 initiative is also pretty nice for her. Grant 3 allies within 4 a move 2. 3 allies move 2. I mean, this is a pretty decent card, right? It's not the one I'm going to go for because I don't even care what's on the card. It's called Meat Grinder. Come on. This is one of those, it's an area of effect. It's only on 2 targets, but it's a 4 with wound, and it doesn't have to be the, the pincer movement where it has to be between. This can just be, 1 against a wall is kind of the way I'm thinking of it. I like it. I'm taking Meat Grinder for sure. If I can't get this top ability out, the bottom is move 3 and heal at range 1 with regeneration. So she can heal herself, regenerate, and continue into a room or move away maybe to heal with something else. Maybe she wants to heal someone else and then heal herself with it's what's it called? Regroup. So this would be a good way to really regroup, move, heal, regenerate someone, and then heal and regenerate somebody else or herself. That's a good pair with that. So we're taking Meat Grinder. Honestly, it's called Meat Grinder. So pinning charge goes away. We take Meat Grinder. My thought on this is that we drop, or not that we drop, it's that we just kind of stop taking combined effort. Maybe that's a mistake and we take both of them so that we can have both the wounds in there. I could take tip of the spear out, and if I need a pierce, then maybe I take this instead of combined effort. I think there's a couple good options on what to not take anymore, but I think tip of the spear and combined effort are the two good ones to replace. I'll probably end up dropping tip of the spear on a scenario, per scenario basis kind of a thing. If we need if there's a lot of shield that we need to pierce, then I'll take this instead of like combined effort. That's kind of my thought. As for the perk, we're gonna take this first one, replace a -1 with 1 +0 shield self rolling modifier. Can't say no to that one. We can do this up to 3 times. So I don't know if I'm just going to focus on this for the first 3 perks that we get with her, but I'm definitely going to, taking away some minuses is always a good thing. And then putting in a 0 instead, but that shield is going to be perfect for her. And it's a rolling modifier too, so we get to see what else we do. We don't gain anything for the attack per se, but we're sustaining ourselves for incoming attacks for that round. Okay, that is her. Helene is now level 2. As for Vorder is going to... Let's talk about her perk first. I think this one is a pretty decent option for her. We're getting, where is it? Add 3, heal, target herself. So I don't know why it doesn't just say self. I would think that would make sense, I guess, to get rid of the text, sure. I don't know if that means you can target a summon, but to me that says target self. I wish it just said self, but that's what that means. At least have it written here, because in here it doesn't say self at all either. So, yeah. So anyway, 3 rolling modifiers where she can heal herself 1. So I'll take it. If we have a bunch of shambling skeletons out and we need to heal, that means we can kind of wait for these to pull, or we can heal up and these will pop up from time to time. And we'll be like, okay, we don't need that heal anymore. We can heal somebody else now, kind of a thing. So, okay, we'll take that perk. We can do that again, which is probably what I'm going to do. There's some really interesting things for Vorder here. So I'm looking forward to those, but this one excited me the most immediately. As for her cards, we have Bone Dagger. It's an attack, melee attack 4 with Curse. That does not excite me at all. Add +1 for each of your summons. Well, okay. She has all 3 of them out. That's an attack of 7 with Curse. The Curse to me is kind of lame because I'm not going to burn a card hoping to put a Curse out. I'm hoping to kill an enemy with this. If I pull like a -1 and put a Curse on them, it's not that exciting to me. Bring in Darkness. This is a 29 initiative. The bottom one makes more sense that I'd be more excited for. Curse first, an enemy at range 2. You can increase that range to up to 4 if you consume Darkness. If the target dies this round, immediately play a card from your discard pile to perform a summon action of that card, reducing any damage you suffer by 2. Hey, that makes sense. Put the Curse out first and then hope that it dies. Now, 29 isn't necessarily fast, so maybe you play 18 with this so that you can get out before the other. We're hoping that 18 is even faster. so that the others can maybe kill that target later in that round. Yeah, I like it. I like the bottom ability here. The top one doesn't excite me all that much. Sure, it's an attack of like 7 potentially, but again, that curse is just like if for some reason you don't kill it, then you've cursed them. But in my opinion, I'm hoping for that kill. That's why I'm playing this card. The one I'm actually going to go for is Unearthed Horror. Summon a Raging Corpse. A health of 6, move of 2, and an attack of 3. It does burn, okay, but it does have, it's pretty sustainable. It hits fairly hard, and it has quite a bit of health. It has actually the same amount of health as her. Well, right now, but her health does go up with a level. Yes, that is good. I will take that one. That means we might potentially have 4 out there again. So we'll see how that works. They're all melee now, so I'm not taking that ranged one out. Probably that's if I had the choice. Like if I had that one in, I would be replacing it with this for sure. But the bottom one looks like it's fun to do anyway. Grant one of your summons poison all within range 1. So everyone adjacent to a summon can be poisoned by this, and it's not a burn. So, and brings an earth as well. That looks awesome. I feel like I could probably use this, take a long rest, and then use the top ability in this, like room number 2 or 3, something like that. There's a lot of good potential in both the top and the bottom here. So I'm going to take this. If this was a ranged attack, I might take that one instead. But to run up with your little bone dagger and hope to kill an enemy, I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like it. So we'll take Unearthed Horror. This says quite a bit for me because typically I don't take a lot of, even for like a summoner build or class, I don't take a lot of like the summons don't necessarily excite me to choose that over the other card, but this one does. This one definitely does. Now, what does that replace? I have no idea. That's for another time. Okay. That's just the leveling up. Now we retire, create, craft. Here we go. Let's craft some items here. First, we go to Helene. Helene has quite a bit of stuff, resources, and I'm going to be building 2 things for her. One is this crude chain armor, and the other is the heavy sword. Metal, metal, hide. So that's metal, hide right there. That gets her closer, yet still quite a bit to do. We now have 1, 1, 2, 1, and 1. And we need 3, 3, 3, 3, and 4. There's still a lot to do for her. Next, Hugin and Moonin, they're going to be crafting a heavy sword as well. So that's 1 and 1 there. That's going to drop down to a 2. And this goes away. Now I'm using a lot of resources here, so I need to be careful. But I do have inspiration. That's right. I knew there was a reason why I was okay with crafting so much. We're going to give her one too. Something interesting is the Simple Charm. This gets rid of a -1. It doesn't excite me all that much, but she had so much. Now I guess we just lost another one because of those attacks. So maybe this isn't such a great idea, but I think removing a -1 for her so many attacks that they get it actually does seem to benefit her pretty well. So simple charm means take a -1 out in the future when we use her. So cool. All right. That is crafting. Let's move on over here. Then we get to brew potions. Nice. I'm excited about brewing potions because we've got, where are you? Vorder has 3. Well, we can't do 3 potion, like a 3 ingredient potion, can we? Alchemist. It says here that we can brew a 2 herb potions, but we've got a lot of choices here. 1, 2, 3 choices. So maybe not a lot. We can go for the arrow root, arrow vine. Well, the arrows in the rock root is what? No, that's not that one. We haven't seen that one yet. That one's right there. Arrow vine in that is right here. So both of those have not been seen yet. But we could go for renewing potion and know that that's what that is because we've got those right there. So we could go for the renewing potion. I say no. I'd like to do it actually for her because getting the warden's robes back before arrest would be pretty beneficial. But I feel like I want to see what else is around. So seeing that, maybe we go for, yeah. Does mean we need to use arrow vine though. So either rock root or snow thistle. I'm just gonna flip for it. So that's up, that's down. There's really nothing else I can flip. So up, down. That is down. So we'll go with arrow vine and rock root. Right? Arrow vine, rock root. Let's go. A healing potion. Ooh. Oh, this is exciting. I gotta say, this might be one of my favorite things in this game. Healing potion. That is exciting. That is number 83. During your turn, perform heal 3 self. Fan freaking tastic. Anyone, maybe not you, but Helene could use something like that. Now we know where it is. If she gets, she doesn't. She only has snow thistle. Okay. Maybe we should have done this one just to see what it is. But anyway, healing potion. Now we know where it is. If we can get it again, that would be good for Helene. But honestly, this is really good. Even with these, it means that she can be even more powerful, bringing in these things every single turn. Heal. We don't even need her heal self cards anymore. We have this for a heal 3 self. We have these, so maybe that means we drop one of her heal self cards, the one that only targets herself, and we bring something more fun in instead. Now that we have those 3 and this, that might be a good idea for Vorder. Fantastic. That's exciting. I love this brewing potions mechanic. So that means they both have 1 snow thistle. That's it. That's not bad though. Not bad at all. Okay. Still quite a bit to do actually. Brew potions, sell items. Done with all of that. So we're now up to the point. Let's see here. We've done downtime. Now it's on to construction. And we're kind of lacking. So I'm glad we have 5 inspiration, which is really, really helpful. We can use that to replace or to use instead of um, a resource. Or if we don't have a resource, then we can bring 1 in. I think we can do that multiple times. So if we need more than 1 wood, then we can bring in more than 1 inspiration. I think that's the case, but I do want to make sure that is the case. The party can spend any amount of inspiration in place of an equal number of material resources for paying various costs for buildings. There we go. I wonder if that means we could have used it instead of the actual resource for, because it says various costs for fixing the damaged buildings. Well, okay, that last event makes me want to build a wall. Let's see here. The only one I think I can afford is this J wall, because it doesn't take anything but wood. Let me see where we stand with all of the resources first. So at the moment we have 1, 2, 3 wood. 1, 2, 3. For iron or for metals, we have 1. And for hides, we have 2. So 3, 1, and 2. That's, I mean, we can't do anything with that, I don't think. How do we upgrade the barracks? It doesn't give any way of upgrading it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's like an event or something that pops up. Okay, so 3, 1, and 2. We could do the hunting lodge. The hunting lodge is 4, 1, and 2. The wall over here is 5, 2, and 1. 4, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2. We could do this one. We have 3, 1, and 2. The logging camp is 2, 3, and 2. Man, like I really want to do that logging camp. I think what I'm going to do is spend all of the resources that we can. Let's do this wall for some. Oh, that one needs to be 2. Never mind. We can't do this one because it is. We have to have a prosperity of 2. This one we need a 4, 3. That's the cheapest one. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So let's do that wall up here. It takes 4 and then that's it, and 10 gold. So 4. We have, let me see, we have 3 wood and a whole bunch of gold. I think the gold should come from Hugin and Moonin. I don't see, they've just got the most amount. And then Helene is going to be getting rid of 2. Helene's going to be getting rid of her 2 wood here. We have 1 in the supply here. And then we'll take 5 gold from Hugin and Moonin and 5 from Vorder. Yeah, she has the least amount of gold, but she's getting rid of 2 wood there. So let's pay like that. Perfect. Can't even tell that there's a sticker there. 5 defense. So let's fix that on our campaign sheet here. Our total defense is now 5. Well, is it plus 5? I assume it's just 5. 5 there. That's it. We're about to get 5 more from morale if we increase our morale by 1. Yep. Okay. These town guard perks look really fun. I don't know how we get X. Yeah, I have no idea how to get those. I'll have to try and figure that out. And there's our bug in the jar. Of course, I did forget. I do need one from here, one inspiration for that wood. I just gave somebody inspiration and wood materialized out of their inspiration. All right, that's the building phase. We can only do, well, we can do more than one. We could actually probably afford more than one, but we'd have to drop morale, and I do not want to do that. That is finally the outpost phase is done. Yes, that is correct. So before we head out of here, we've got we've got one thing to do. It is, we have sticker 107 to put on the map. Let's see here. Yeah, so this one gets unlocked after that event. 107, which is right there. There's nothing connected to it, so it's just a quick little side quest that's pretty cool. Let's pop it open and see what it is. That didn't work very well at all. My private empire, J10. So, don't know what that is. Let's see what that means. Is that, oh, I see. It says unlocked by random scenario. That's what we got. My private empire, J10, we do need rope. So we finally have a reason to construct at the workshop. I assume climbing gear, because over here it shows requires this, or this to play. That looks like climbing gear, that looks like sled, and that looks like boat, right? I assume that's what that means. So we're going to need climbing gear soon. 1, 3, and 2. It's an upgrade. So it looks like this has to be built in the construction phase. 1, 3, 2. That doesn't look too terrible of a price, but again, we don't necessarily need to do this for a very long time. We can just wait to see when this is absolutely necessary before we do it. So let me get the sticker for that, and then I think we'll finally call it there. There it goes. These stickers are love and hate, because these ones are already like, you fold it up once and these are already folding off, and now it catches on everything. Love-hate relationship with these stickers. It's fun to put on, and then it kind of gets annoying after that. So it's up in the Copperneck Mountains, and that's why we need some climbing gear to get up there. So I assume like all of these probably need climbing gear. I'm going to just go on a limb and say that, but all right, that's 107, my private empire, unlocked for some amount of time. That will do it for this this scenario, this episode, the end of it all. And wow. I guess I'll give a shout out to John, I think is who it was, for correcting me on a couple things in previous episodes. It's nice. I like being corrected, and he's also pretty kind about it. So thank you. And anybody else out there, if you find what I'm doing incorrectly, I would appreciate being told or being shown the error in my ways. But But we're going to have kind of a change. I already know where we're going to go next because I'm so excited to set up for the next scenario. We're going to be dropping 2 of these and bringing in 2 of the other 3. So that means we're going to be keeping 1 of them. You might guess who that might be, but I'll keep it as a surprise for now. So anyway, that'll do it. I hope you enjoyed this scenario. I hope you learned something from it, from my mistakes. If you did, you can let me know by leaving a like or a comment. And with that, thanks for stopping by, and hope to see you next time.